Okay, sir.
So, on this day, I would like to welcome our celebrity chief guest, Dr. Avishek Layek. And this is with lot of proud and happiness that I am welcoming him to this session of interview. And first of all, on behalf of Marrow, I would like to congratulate you, Dr. Avishek. How do you
Thanks,
feel
sir.
now?
It's been a good feeling, sir. For the first time in 3 years, I have been seeing references today in the hospital, and I have actually gotten more calls for congratulations and than otherwise. So it's really been a good day since the results have come out.
So both you and your mobile phone was very busy today.
Yes, that way, sir. Yes.
When you entered the same ward today, did you feel any difference after this result?
Maybe, sir, it was a little different. I mean, it is a really good feeling. Honestly, for me, not that this was the first competitive exam that I have scored well, but definitely the
Okay.
first that I have scored so well. So I think it was something a little beyond expectations only. I did not expect to have such a good result, but anyhow, it has happened, and trying to still process and embrace it.
Okay, Abhishek, what I know about you is that you are from West Bengal, Calcutta, and you have
Yes.
completed MBBS from there. And I think you are doing MD Pulmonology in AIIMS Rishikesh, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, would you like to tell us something more about yourself,
So
about your hobbies,
actually,
passion, or what else other than pulmonology do you like?
so I actually it's been great spending 3 years in Uttarakhand, sir. So
Okay,
the campus is also I think we are around 15 meters away from the river Ganga. So
okay.
actually all our patients and our ward faces towards the river. So
So
it's
it
been a
should have been a
very
good view there.
yeah, yes, sir. So we definitely had a great time here for the 3 years.
Okay,
In the times that we could sneak out in between duties, we have gone to multiple trails and treks and all this.
good.
So that is something that we'll always cherish. And
Okay,
I have been very fortunate to have a very, very friendly and supportive working environment in the department in the form of juniors, seniors, faculty, the best co-PGs, and so that way I
okay,
really feel blessed. And hobby
good.
maybe cooking and traveling are the most things that I love the most, other than
So
that.
we are same in that case.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So
So
then
can you tell us about how did you prepare for the INI exam?
So, sir, from a very personal perspective, I got into MD via the INI CET examination. I'm from the July
Okay.
2020 batch. So, to be true, I have been fond of Marrow since the PG preparation times. So, Marrow
Oh, you
as a
have used Marrow
platform,
for the PG also.
yes,
Okay,
yes, sir. So,
good, good.
so the platform was something that I think we were one of the first batches. So the day my internship completed, Marrow actually started almost around that same time. So, so as usual, internship was 1 year of crazy duties and fun filled also. So we had no clue where to start from with all the 19 subjects, and then Marrow was a great help. So
Okay,
I would disclose that Marrow was not the only platform that I had used during my PG preparation times,
okay,
but definitely the one of the most helpful things was the app. So the good thing about Marrow is that it is a very friendly platform, sir. So we as a generation are very addicted to using our phones. So the way they have incorporated everything into the phone is something, because we anyway like spending time on the phone for anything. It might be YouTube or Insta. So Marrow has just become another app, and it is easy to get adapted to it, because I think we have
okay,
come to an age where studying for long lengths is becoming actually harder with that.
okay.
So I think it
So
was easier back in
your point is
yes.
that Marrow is user friendly, right?
Yes, sir. Extremely user friendly.
Okay,
That is something that I have always liked about it. So, when I actually started thinking about the INISS exam, sir, this was I think 6 months or 1 year back. So I had a drop year after my MBBS before I got into MD. So I did not want another drop year after my MD gets completed. So I wanted to get into DM because I always had that mindset that I will try and get DM. So I wanted to get into DM as fast as possible after I completed my MD. That was the
So,
motivation behind starting preparation. So since I was
hmm,
already used to the platform, I undoubtedly chose Marrow to go forward.
okay. So, with respect to your preparation for the super specialty exam and your preparation for final year MD, was it going parallel with each other or was
Yes, sir.
different for different exam?
Parallelly only, sir. I think
Okay.
it will be true only to say that I have not devoted extra times to the INISS, with all respect to the examination and the rank I have secured. But I think other people might have devoted more time to this particular exam preparation. I
So,
was more so
from
focused on the MD finals, but
okay.
alongside I was trying to catch up as much as possible.
So, what we catch from your experience is that sticking on to the MD subjects, the core topics, the exam topics will help you to crack through the exams as well. Super
Definitely,
specialty
sir.
exams as well,
That
right?
is one of the major
That
takeaways
is
that
what
I found.
happened with you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, when did you start preparing for the exams?
Sir, I think I took the subscription. Actually, I took the subscription last year, sir.
Okay.
But initially, I was busy with duties and I could not
Hmm.
devote actually long hours to the app. I actually started seriously watching all your videos from around 6 months back. So I think all the videos actually were not uploaded when I started watching. So they came
Yeah, yeah.
as I
Because
went on,
yeah,
and
we started
so
last year
I,
only.
yes, sir. So I tried to study alongside from the textbook, and so
Okay.
the videos that were available. So I studied those same things. So I had actually bought this Murray Nadal when it came out last year, sir. So the
Hmm.
new Fishman I did not study. It had just
Okay.
come out around 3 months back, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
the Fishman things which you mentioned, that those I took note of. Otherwise, the textbook that
Okay.
I studied mostly was Murray Nadal because it had
Okay.
come out a little earlier.
Yeah, yeah. So,
And
any specific? Yeah, yeah. Continue.
no, I don't know. There is a definitely all our faculties always advise us to study from Fishman because perhaps that is the most standard textbook of our subject.
Yeah.
But of the few topics that I studied from both the books during making my presentations and everything, I found the language of Murinara a little bit more easier to understand. So
Okay.
that is a personal take on that.
So, any specific area that you got benefited from Marrow classes?
Sir, I think you have
No.
compiled the topics very well, sir. That is there.
Okay.
Like, especially, I would like to say, I think bronchiectasis is one topic that was very beautifully
Ah.
covered in your videos. So, I actually have not studied bronchiectasis from anywhere else. I mean,
Okay.
I had a case presentation, we got theory questions, and even the SS questions that came. That was one topic that was very extensively covered. Then actually after the exams, this vasculitis and all have come. So I think they would also be great, but I did not get them before the exams. So
But still,
that
you
was
can watch.
yes, sir. I'll definitely
You are
watch,
going
sir.
for DM Pulmo, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have my subscription till next February, so I
Oh,
will definitely complete everything else. Question bank was very useful, sir, because
okay. Oh, that helped.
even
Okay, good, good.
yes, sir. So, but I think, sir, that I think number of questions. I think with time that will increase. And
Hmm.
one request I have to the Marrow people, sir.
Yeah.
During the PG preparation times, there is a feature on the Marrow app which is not yet available for the SS course. That is custom modules.
Mm-hmm.
So custom modules was something that is why I am a fan of Marrow. That is one feature that stood out for me during the
MD
PG
days.
preparation. So I think
Okay.
if they incorporate that into the SS modules
Oh,
also, it will be
we will
very
work
helpful.
upon that. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for the suggestion.
Thank you, sir.
So, in that way, Marrow did Marrow help to save your time?
Yes, sir. Definitely, definitely. Like I'm telling, sir, this bronchiectasis, I would have studied from maybe two textbooks, read up the guidelines,
Uh,
and then
Yeah, yeah.
tried to compile it myself, and anyhow I did not have that time. So these classes are mostly you have compiled it from scratch, the concept, and then everything as a flow, and then you have also covered the guidelines in the same. So, and you
Yeah.
have also mentioned that which guidelines you are referring to. So
Okay.
everything comes in a good flow, sir. It is easy to remember also, because
You
when
find that in
suddenly
a
out of
nutshell,
a
right?
blue we study a guideline, sometimes we don't tend to remember. Like then in the
Okay.
pleural disease also, actually I did not know that a BTS new guideline had come up. So I was reading the
Ah,
old guideline. I saw your videos, then only came to know that they have put up
that
this
came
new
out
guideline.
last year only, I think. It was very
Yes,
recent.
it was very recent. So and it was just a draft when your video came out, and I searched. It was only available. The free version was a draft only. So all the things we
Okay.
got updated very well, and studying in a manner where everything is assimilated helps a lot. So helps save time, helps us to remember also.
So are you aware that the new asthma guidelines has come up in this
Yes,
month?
yes, yes.
So you have to study that on DM.
Yes, sir. So actually, they asked questions in my MD finals from there. So I had just
Yeah.
only managed to pick up the little changes, one or two, which had made it come up. So it is very
Okay.
evolving. So that is one thing we are always running behind, maybe trying to catch up with everything that is changing.
So Abhishek, one more thing I would like to know is that when you watch a video on Pulmo class, whatever be the subject or topic, you just listen to it or you make notes when you listen. How do you do it?
Usually I make notes.
Uh, you make your own notes when you hear the
Yes,
class.
most of the topics I make my own notes.
Okay. So in your opinion, when should one start preparing for the DM exam?
Sir, I think.
That is quite a bit individualized, but just asking your opinion.
Sir, I think the main focus should always be on the MD exams, because that is the primary thing that we all have set out to do. So that should we should never deviate from that.
Hmm.
And alongside, I think 1 year or 6 months at least we will have to.
We should
We
work.
actually, sir, every exam has a pattern. So
Hmm.
if we have to spend a little time trying to understand their pattern, which are the topics that they are trying to ask more and more, so we have to get into the depths of that topic. So like for example, in our subject TB has a very big chunk,
Yeah,
but in the INISS TB does not have a very big representation. It
correct.
usually one or two questions at max out of the
Wow.
100.
Yeah.
So the thing that we have to actually do, that I felt, was to direct our preparation towards the topics that they are tending to ask more.
Okay.
That is what preparation was for me mostly, sir, because I did not put in separate time. I did not have that
Okay.
much time. What I tried to do was
So,
from the question bank I got a hint that like cystic fibrosis is a very small chapter, but it has 15 questions in the question bank.
true.
So that is evident that I have to study that topic in details,
Okay.
because they are asking questions every year from me.
Okay.
So I think
So,
that is what we need to do,
okay.
and that takes
So,
some time to get used to.
yeah. So, was the Marrow class useful for your final year MD exam as well, for the theory and practical aspects in any
It was
way?
useful, sir. It was useful for the theory. It was also useful for my viva. But I will request you, sir,
Okay.
this respiratory examination is again something that is extremely variable and
Important.
subjective. Yes.
Okay.
So and so we do not have any consensus of those. If
Hmm.
additional to this, if that can also be put in, I
That
think
will be there.
it will be very helpful.
It will be there. We are planning on it. We are working on it
Okay,
actually.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. That will be
So,
very helpful.
yeah, definitely. So, Abhishek, how was the split between general medicine and specialty, that is pulmonology, in your exam, INI exam?
Sir, I think it was at least for 80 questions, no, sir. 30 to 35 questions were general medicine. And
Okay,
those questions were same for all the papers, sir. I mean, the friends
okay.
of mine who gave nephro, rheumat, endo, they also had the same questions that we had.
So,
So that medicine pool questions was same, and then
okay,
specialty questions. So I think either 30-50 or 35-45. That is what I felt.
Okay. So regarding the last minute preparation, that is the most important thing in any exam. Any advice for the upcoming aspirants from your side? Last minute preparation.
I think last minute preparation should be the entire question bank.
Mm.
Because question bank is something that is actually we can thoroughly go through in a day also, because at
Okay.
least now the question number is not that much that will need a lot of time. If we
Mm.
have solved all the questions earlier, it should be done by half a day, or at least one day if we are also reading all the explanations.
Okay.
So I think that is the quickest way to revise. Otherwise, we have to trust our instincts, and because many of the questions will be like that, we will be able to eliminate two options with some logic.
Ah.
And then, so there was this one question about some oxygen tent this time. So I, I had never heard of an oxygen tent actually, but I tried to come up with some kind of logic. Then I excluded
Okay.
two of the options, and then out of the
Worked up
two,
with the
which
rest of the team.
so I don't know whether I was correct or not, but at
Okay.
least 10 out of 80 or 15 out of 80 will be like that, where we will have
Okay.
to. So we'll have to trust on whatever we have learned and seen patients like that.
So for the upcoming NEET super specialty exam, any advice from your side?
Sir, one thing that I would like to point out is that between NEET and INISS, INISS has a negative 1 by 3.
Mm.
So that is something I actually I had given the INI CET and I did not know this. So
Mm.
so I think we have to be a little cautious. I think, though I attempted personally all the 80, I was not confident with all the 80, but I always think that if we are not attempting, then we are already out of the race by not
Uh,
attempting. So
you have attempted all the questions?
yes, sir. That is how I have
Okay.
always done all my competitive exams. Because
Okay.
Marrow in the GTs and all, no sir, there is a good feature. We can put that we have guessed this one, and at the end of the score, they will tell you that what was the net result of our guessing.
Okay.
So I have always noticed that if I have guessed maybe 20 questions, I have never got negative with my guesses, because it is plus
Good. Good.
1 minus 1 by 3. So if I get one guess right and then 3 wrong, it will come to 0. So it is as good as
It's
not
not
attempting 4.
okay. It's not just guessing, Abhishek. It's a calculated guessing. That is why you are getting it right.
Yes, yes. That is there, sir.
So
So
yeah.
no, so that is so I try to attempt maximum, sir, because I feel that
Okay.
I have seen the last INISS marks. So
Okay.
people are actually scoring 55 to 60 at least if they are
Mm.
getting in the top 5 in theory.
Okay.
So if we have to get 55, we need to attempt at least 70 or 75.
Yes.
If we are
True.
attempting 60, I think there is no way that one can qualify for the interview.
Okay.
So that will be like ruling ourselves out of the examination if we are attempting
That's a
very
good
less.
point for the aspirants who will be watching this video, I think. So one cliche question before concluding. Why did you choose Pulmo?
Uh, Sir, actually, my first internship posting was pulmonology.
Okay.
So I got into seeing patients in the first department that I actually saw a patient after becoming a doctor was in pulmonary medicine. So I actually liked how the department functions. Actually, we I
Okay.
think are very independent as a branch in terms of MD itself. So if a person with effusion comes, we will do everything on our own. Actually, we will see the scans on our own. We will tap on our own. If needed, do thoracoscopy on our own. Then fluorodesis also on our own. So cross referrals are fewer in pulmonology, and we get to see the patient from presentation to the final management as a whole. And there are a lot of subspecialties within pulmo now. There is a lot of intervention, ICU, sleep, and thankfully I have been doing MD in a place which gives adequate exposure to all the things that are in the within the span of pulmonology itself. So that is why I choose.
Okay. So Abhishek, any specific suggestion for us to improve
Sir, one
apart
is
from
that
what you said earlier?
custom module, please. This is a request.
Okay.
Custom module, please.
Okay.
So custom module, like if we have maybe 100 questions from pleura on the question bank, 100 from vasculitis, and today I just want to revise pleura and vasculitis, I can just choose those and again go through all the questions, and so that will be very helpful for revision. That is how I revised during INICET preparation. So that is a request from my end.
Sure.
One thing was that, sir, history examination, if we can
That
have
we will do.
videos,
No problem.
that will
Yeah,
be
yeah.
very
Sure.
helpful, I think, sir.
Okay.
And notes, I don't know, the medicine topics, some of them have notes. So if it is possible, that
That
also.
that will come up for Parmo also. No, no problem.
So that will be also very helpful to revise
Okay.
in a quick.
Yeah.
And one thing I think, sir, I tried to make it on my own, but I could not gather all the things. I think separately in any way, if you can put up, sir, as like for pleura, then for vasculitis, for pH, whatever is the relevant latest guidelines. If there can
Hmm.
be a list, so
Okay.
because it is so dynamically changing all the time, what is the current reference point today? I mean, and if that
Okay.
can be kept on updating, I think that will be also very helpful, sir.
So Abhishek, we wish you on behalf of all the faculties in Marrow all the very best in your future.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And thanks to Marrow for being in this entire journey from my end of MBBS till probably the beginning of DM. It has always been great. So it's a wonderful
Thank you.
platform, and it's a great initiative. Always thankful.
Thank you.
Thank
Wish
you,
you
sir.
good luck, Abhishek. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll keep in touch, sir.
Yeah, sure. We will.